So, yesterday, Northwood officially released the deep dive into the gun's overhaul. So the giant update that's about to be coming out, they finally released it publicly to everyone, not just the Patreon. It was released 2 weeks ago to the Patreon supporters, but now it is currently out to the public, and you can view this off of the Discord. They have a link through it there, they have a link through it on Steam, and I'll be putting a link probably in the description, maybe in a comment as well. So yeah, if you want to check out this entire written document yourself, you can. Anyways, so yesterday I made a poll asking you guys if you wanted to see me make a quick summary of basically different parts of the update that was explained in that giant text on the Short Stalker 28 channel. But the majority of you wanted to see it on this channel, so therefore I'm going to do a quick overall summary on this channel, and then if people still want like smaller, shorter, more fun summaries of different parts, then I can do those shorts maybe on the Short Stalker channel. Alright, so let's get right into it. The first big part of it is the new weapons. So they will be removing different weapons and adding weapons. So in the past time they are like, hey, we had 6 weapons, 2 pistols, 2 SMGs, 2 full-sized guns, now there will be 9 firearms in total. Each one will be different changed mechanics, and there's going to be new attachments and such to them. So the Project 90 will be removed, MP7 will be completely renovated, so it'll be completely different looking and stuff, due to legal reasons. The COM-15 is going to be based off of a different pistol, the SR9C. Here's a beautiful image of that. Its purpose is going to remain the same. It's going to be basically the same kind of gun. The USP will be nerfed and turned into a proper sidearm, so I'm assuming that means it won't single headshot instant kill people anymore. That's what I'm assuming, but who knows? We don't know too much about that yet. And again, it's being changed to the COM-18 due to legal reasons. They're also updating a bunch of mechanics and animations of stuff, so maybe we won't be reloading with blanks this time. If you check in any of the animations of reloading your guns, like for the pistol and stuff, for the USP for example, when you're reloading, if you take a look at the ammo pack, there's empty air. There's nothing but air in there. I was going to make a short on this actually a while ago, where I would show you guys basically the different gun reloading animations and show that there's no bullets. Anyways, the MTF's Epsilon 11 will be based off of an AR-style rifle, so they're changing that as well. There will be a Cross Vec, which is inspired by Chris Vector, the replacement for the Project 90. So instead of P90, we're gonna have a Cross Vec. I don't really know what that is, but I'll look into it. For the Chaos, they're now gonna have an AK, which will be based off of either a barrel WZ-96 or an AK-12. They may also have a shotgun, which is something that people have been asking for in the game for so long, grenade launchers and shotguns. But yeah, shotgun, I don't know how well it's going to do, how well it's going to be used and stuff, but I'm excited to see it. It'll be a 44 revolver, which is going to be a handgun inspired by an S&W Model 500, which will be the Chaos's sidearm. And then the Logicer is going to be changed a bit. It's going to be turned into a different machine gun. It's going to be extremely buffed, so that it's not going to be a useless gun against SCPs. So that's going to be fun. Chaos won't be useless against SCPs anymore. Alright, the second part to the huge update is Chaos Insurgency subclasses. This is massive. So MTF always spawned with their own set of commander, lieutenants, and then cadets. Now Chaos, instead of just being one large group of just Chaos Insurgency, they are going to have their own set of classes and basically their own set of subclasses. So basically, starting off, there will be 3 different types of setups, 3 different loadouts. The setup 1 is the AK, combat armor, painkillers, and access device. Setup 2 is shotgun, revolver, combat armor, medkit, and access device. And setup 3 is Logicer, heavy armor, medkit, and access device. So basically the first one is kind of like the lieutenant, I'd say. The AK is more like an AR. The second setup is the shotgun, which is more like the cadet, I'd feel like. And then there's the heavy armor one, which is kind of like commander. But yeah. Anyways, upon spawn, people are given setups based on the values of this table. So there's basically a percentage chance of how many of each type of player spawns in with each type of loadout. So that's all shown here. If you want to go into the logistics of it, you can. But really just know it's going to be set, there'll be a set number of random spawns, instead of a set number spawn of people with MTF where it has to be a commander. And then if there's enough tickets, there'll be a couple lieutenants. And if there's enough tickets, then there'll be cadets. No, for the Chaos, it could be, wow, you could have this many riflemen, and this many shotgun men, and this many Logicer men. Anyways, moving on to body armor. This is something that's huge that I was actually quite interested in and looking into. And a lot of people don't actually understand how body armor is going to work. So all classes are now going to be set to 100 HP. There's no longer going to be a buff for Commander's health. It's not going to be 150. No buff for Lieutenants or Chaos, not 120. Everyone's going to be set to 100 exactly. And then basically they're going to get body armor. The body armor isn't supposed to protect you from SCPs, falling, or any other types of damage. such as, falling into the void inside of heavy near the heavy armory. So they also talked about how wearing heavy armor can reduce movement speed and or increase stamina usage. They do not know how this effect is going to be going, how intense it's going to be, but basically there may be a small drawback to having heavy armor on you, to kind of balance it with the buffs that it gives. So heavy armor and different types of armor are basically going to give you damage resistance to bullets. They are going to give you extra inventory spots for things such as grenades and flashbangs, and overall they're going to look maybe cool on you, or they might not look cool on you at all. And the drawbacks will be they'll take up 1 inventory space in your inventory, and they may slow your movement. But slowing your movement is most likely only going to be included for civilian roles, such as D-Class and Scientists, as MTF and Chaos are supposed to be trained, soldiers. They haven't released exact anything about that yet, but that's pretty much it. So here are the different types of armor. There's guard armor, combat armor, and heavy armor. Guard armor is used by facility guards. The efficiency of the armor for body damage is 40% and 45% for headshots. Combat armor is used by nearly all the MTF and Chaos Insurgency classes. The efficacy of the armor for the body damage is 65% and 80% for headshots, much better than the guard armor. Heavy armor is used by MTF commanders and Chaos Insurgency machine gunners. The efficacy of the armor for both body and headshots is 80%, so again, slightly buffed from the combat armor. Not such a big buff though, they're pretty similar. So basically, to know how this works, is this body armor isn't just going to protect you from 80% of all damage that is dealt to you from a gun. No, because guns have bullet penetration and bullet piercing, that kind of stuff. So SMGs and pistols is between 40 to 60% bullet piercing, while rifles and LMGs bullet penetrate up to 80 to 95%. So this means if I am sniping you with the new AR instead of the Epsilon 11, and I'm getting the headshots, you're gonna die real fast. The body armor is not gonna save you. Sure, you got a helmet on with 80% bullet protection, yeah, but 80 to 95% bullet penetration, that kind of just cancels it out. It's not protecting you at all. You're gonna get shot and die instantly. But it still will help. For example, if someone has a silencer on their gun, like a weak MP7 sort of type of gun, and they can do barely any damage, and you have a bunch of body armor, and they're just a terrible shot and hitting you all over the chest and stuff, that's a lot higher chance that you will survive those shots, because the bullets won't do as much damage because they won't penetrate as badly. Another cool thing is the body armor will not deteriorate over time, so you can have it used a bajillion times. When someone dies, they'll drop it, so anyone else can pick it up. When you're detained, you drop the body armor. So yeah, body armor is going to be a new thing that we're going to be going around with. I don't know if I'm going to be using it for D-Class and Scientists and stuff, but yeah, when it comes out, I'm definitely going to be testing the body armor and trying out things, seeing how much damage stuff does and how much damage it doesn't do, which is best for loadouts to destroy X type of things. For example, what MTF should use against Chaos now, and what Chaos should use against MTF as a loadout. Yeah. Oh yeah, also, if you did not know, the headshot multiplier is 3.5, so yeah, headshots, again, they will kill you, even if you have body armor. Do not think that body armor is just going to save you from someone who's a good shot. But they'll just do a little less. Anyways, on to the next huge part, new mechanics. So they're now changing nearly all weapon mechanics, which this is just a quick description of everything that's changing. More attachments. Northwood will be introducing stocks, grips, and different magazine types. They will change the weapon draw time, accuracy, and even stamina usage in extreme situations. So this means now we will have different guns that will let you probably sprint faster or for longer, while other guns may slow you down or make you run out of stamina faster. I always like having accuracy, but I can also usually change an accuracy for damage, because I can memorize basically the recoil patterns for the most part, which will be coming on later in this. So different attachments will boost different stats, some will remove some stats, and Northwood tries to say how that leaving the gun without any upgrades will still be a good gun. Which, that's cool, that's great, but I'm definitely going to be using attachments. There's definitely going to be some sort of main that you will be doing with your gun that you'll set up. But anyways, moving on to inaccuracy. So inaccuracy is the effect in Secret Laboratory that causes bullets to fly in random directions, which is the currently is one of the main causes. Really, Lodger is pretty crap anyways. But one of the main causes that the Logicer is super ineffective at long distances. Yeah, it's a giant heavy machine gun that shoots everywhere. It doesn't do much. But anyways, this will now play a more important role. Standing still and aiming down the sight guarantees the best results. So that means basically now aiming is actually going to be a thing. Instead of having players running at people while just blasting their gun everywhere, or jumping around willy-nilly while trying to pistol snipe a guard in the head as a D-Class, you're going to actually have to stand still, aim your gun, and shoot. You can probably still walk or run a bit, it's just going to be a lot more inaccurate. So guards just keep moving, and now D-Class can't really hit you as easily if you just keep moving, plus you got the body armor. This is going to make it so good for guards. They aren't going to get KOS'd as much now by D-Class. It's going to be great to stop revolutions. It's going to suck for the D-Class, though. Alright, moving on to recoil patterns. Recoil patterns are going to be a new thing that they are setting up, which is going to be more like the Rust/COD style. So this is, of course, the camera kick when you're shooting a gun, which means there's actually going to be a pattern to it, which means you can actually learn, memorize it, make muscle memory of it, and become really good at the game. So that means you guys are going to have a bunch of people who don't know what the heck they're doing and dying constantly, and you're going to have a couple people who are just going to be like headshot gods, just like the people that used to be pistol headshot gods, who would just instantly snipe and kill everyone. So yeah, that's going to be fun. I'm hoping to be one of those people, and not on the other side. I really hope that I will learn the recoil patterns. Next up is the hit scan. This will remain, which means bullets don't have simulated physical form, so this is just that you're shooting your gun, and the people take damage and hit markers when it's just going across the map. They're still experimenting with that kind of stuff and the penetration system. Moving on to ammo counters. Now, they say that it's unrealistic, but everyone loves ammo counters. They are actually gonna now have a UI or a GUI element potentially inside your inventory that tells you how much ammo you have, which means I'm gonna be constantly checking that now, which is gonna be fun. But yeah, there won't be one outside of it other than maybe on a gun, and still, I don't really know about that. Moving on to Weapons Manager tablets. They've basically removed them from the game, or at least all their purposes from the game. This is because they've decided to rework the workstations. The workstations will now no longer require Weapons Manager tablets, which means even more people won't be using them. The only cool thing that they will be able to do is basically activate the generators, and North is probably going to be looking into another way to activate generators. I was thinking some kind of like puzzle thing, or even just having a keycard to open it and then pressing buttons with like a timed animation or something. That is enough to slow people down from just activating generators. Really, it's the keycard that stops people from activating them rather than the tablet. And then, so yeah. They've also changed the drop ammo feature, which I hated. You have to have a tablet to be able to drop ammo, which they will now be changing, where you can just drop ammo from your inventory, which is so helpful, so nice. It's just going to help everything so much. And then reloading. The process is going to be more complex, and it will respect that actually having bullets in the chamber. So I'm really hoping the animation will actually have bullets in the part of the gun that they're reloading, rather than just empty air like they have currently. So I'm actually excited to see the different reloading processes, because that could be really cool. Moving on to ammo types. I'm just going to go over this really quickly because most people don't care about this that much. But instead of 3 different types of ammo for pistols and the P90, Epsilon 11, and then Logisser and MP7, it's going to be 6 different types of ammo. And the main difference here is there's going to be a set type of ammo for the facility, which is all the guns in the facility, the MTF's guns, and a set type of ammo for the Chaos Insurgency. In the facility, they will be using 5.56 times 45mm and 9 times 19mm. That's just 2 types of ammo, one for your ARs and stuff, and one for your pistols and SMGs. And the Chaos will have 3 different ones, some for their AKs and Logisters, one for their revolvers, and one for their shotgun. It's going to be pretty simple. I'm excited to see how they look. And then the different types of ammo. The Full Metal Jacket, the FMJ, is considered the universal type, and it's default for most weapons. It has average penetration and damage, and will serve well against all enemies. So that's your all-round kind of bullet. And you've got the Armor Piercing, the AP. Has higher penetration than the FMJ, the base damage is the same, but it's usually balanced by having fewer bullets in one magazine. So this is like the Epsilon 11 style, where you have the heavy barrel kind of thing, and so you do more damage, but you'd have less bullets, but if you can actually aim and land those shots, it's more damage over time. And then the Jacket Hollow Point, the JHP. Bullets, which in real life expand their diameter upon impact. This causes more damage to internal organs, but has less penetration. In the game, they will perform much better against unarmed enemies, but slightly worse if the enemies wear body armor. So yeah, that's pretty simple. It's basically that you can blow a D-Class up in the face, while blowing an MTF up in the face will be a little harder. So to simplify things, they've made it so that the bullet type will now be another thing that you will decide to have on your gun. It's going to be another weapon attachment. So you will get to choose if you want to have Full Metal Jacket, Armor Piercing, or Jacket Hollow Points, based on your build. Again, we're all gonna get to set our own custom main builds now, and that's gonna be hella fun. Like, I can't wait to make my own type of gun that works for me, and I can't wait to see other people's too, and then laugh at them, because clearly mine will be superior. Alright, moving on to weapon types. Now, to sum up this post, I will not be reading the entire thing of weapons types, I will just be quickly summarizing it in this beautiful chart that they gave us. Basically, stationary accuracy improves your accuracy of your guns. Continued fire on medium distances will be good for like Launchers and SMGs, but not as good for rifles. Ability to shoot and run is really good for SMGs, but a lot shittier for every other gun. The effectiveness against humans is really high for basically all guns, except for pistols. They're kind of meh, as always. Effectiveness against armored humans is, you know, about the same as effectiveness against humans in general, but it slightly nerfs revolvers and SMGs. The rifles and launchers still, like I said before, will just gun you the feck down. You will get headshotted and die instantly, pretty much. And the effectiveness against SCPs, pistols, and revolvers next to useless, SMGs and rifles pretty good, and Launcher again will be nerfed against SCPs. It's not going to be as effective, but I still think it's going to do more damage than it currently does, which makes it, you know, maybe we can kill Larry with one spawn wave of chaos. Who knows? And then, lastly but not least, I looked over the Q&A real quick, and the only cool thing that I found, really, from that is, yeah, they're going to be changing the radio, and they'll be changing maybe flashbangs and grenades, but they don't know exactly what they're going to do with them, so we'll have to still wait and find out. I'm really excited for this update. I hope you guys are too. The main things is the subclasses for the Chaos, the body armor for guards, MTF, and Chaos, and the massive guns. It's just the huge gun changes, which I am hella excited for, because we're going to get to set up our loadouts, and then we get to go right in, and if you ever need to change a loadout, you just get to hop on a weapons manager station without a tablet, and you can change it at any time, pretty much anywhere in the facility. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. I will respond to all of them, as I always respond to every comment on this channel. Go ahead, try it out. Leave 1,000 comments, I'll respond to all of them. Good luck. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, but bye for now. Subscribe to Shortstalker28 too, yeah!